Hello everyone, it's a Laffy Traffy. Before we get into One Piece chapter 1010, aka One Piece chapter 10 out of 10, I just wanted to say a quick thanks to all my new subscribers. I know it's not that big of a deal, but it means a lot to me and you guys are awesome. This chapter was amazing, so I could see how the community is just blowing up about this. A lot of other YouTubers are seeing the same things. It's amazing. But let's get on to the chapter. Boy, do we have a chapter to talk about. Chapter 1010, chapter 10 out of 10, is titled Conqueror's Haki. There were some crazy things leading up to this. 1009 was crazy. Everything since chapter 1000 and beyond. Really, it started at chapter 1. Let me tell you a story about a boy in a barrel. Who's now 1v1ing the strongest creature on Earth, because that's our boy. If it's your first time here, or if you just haven't yet, subscribe and check out my other videos. If you watched my reaction video, go check that out first if you would like, because that was crazy. Also, follow me on Twitch and Twitter if you want for more gaming, anime, and One Piece, Attack on Titan content. But with that all out of the way, let's talk about 1010. The chapter starts off with Big Mom falling from Onigashima, as we figured, and Kaido kind of just calls her an invalid and pretty much useless because the supernova got the better of her. Zorro is keeping Prometheus from reforming again and again and again, and Kaido, seeing the situation they're in, goes after Zorro. Now, Law, after he comments that Zorro probably broke every bone in his body, he's probably not completely wrong, goes in and saves him because, one, Zorro probably couldn't dodge or block very well in the condition that he's in, and two, because the condition he's in, one or two more hits from Kaido, he's gonna be down for the count. So thank God Law saved him, and Law said as much. He's like, listen, she's already fallen, they're separated, it's not worth one of us dying for it. Just proving that Law has a soft spot. Isn't that right, Bippa? So Law shambles the two of them, and Law's kind of upside down, so he dodges Kaido's incoming attack, and then hits him with an injection shot so that good old Kaido won't get the Rona. Get vaccinated, kids. Kaido, though, gets shot right in the throat as he's coughing up blood and just kind of getting annoyed at Law's abilities, which I see as a win for Law because Kaido acknowledges that his devil fruit is just throws him off so much. So he takes a whack at Law, and Law uses a new ability. Curtain! It reminded me a lot of Bartolomeo's barrier, because it seems to be like see-through and shiny almost. It's very interesting. I would love to see this attack animated to see what it actually is. The official calls it antibacterial curtain, but I'm just gonna stick with curtain. We're not sure, at least I'm not sure, if it worked 100% though, because we just see Law getting flown into some rocks by Kaido. It might have given him kind of a protective layer, so when Kaido hits him into the rock, he gets up easily. Or, because it's Kaido, it might have not worked as well as Law was hoping, and he just got slammed into it anyway, because maybe it was like Bartolomeo's room barrier, where the attack itself was supposed to be stopped. But again, it's Kaido, so it might not have worked. Regardless, new attack! And this makes it all the more sad when Law, spoiler alert, is possibly not going to continue the fight on the rooftop. What will he do? We don't know. So anyway, they split up Big Mom successfully, even though Prometheus is now going down to help her. But Kid and Killer take this opportunity to run to the cliffside to see what the situation is. So we're gonna get a Big Mom versus Kid and Killer fight. I think they're probably gonna be a very separate fight from then Luffy's fight. This is probably setting up Kid and Luffy being two new emperors. Now, Kid might have a little asterisk next to his Yonko status. I don't think he necessarily has what it takes to defeat Big Mom, but he does have Killer. And although he wasn't a fantastic matchup against Kaido because of his attacks, maybe he'll be able to defeat Big Mom because she's more of a tricksy kind of fighter, rather than just brute force and brute attacks are required for him, blah blah blah. I think he might get lucky, and he might get the fame and everything from defeating Big Mom, and then Luffy will, of course, defeat Kaido. So those two have a perfect path to Yonko status afterwards, to the rest of the world. As readers, we'll probably know that Kid maybe didn't deserve it. I mean, I don't know how he can compete with Luffy at this point, especially by the end of the chapter, Luffy. But if there was someone who had to fill that spot of Big Mom, I think Kid will probably be the best contender. So then we cut down with Big Mom floating precariously close to the rough waters of under Onigashima, the floating island. She's sweet-talking Prometheus for being loyal to her, unlike that stupid Zeus. I'm not sure what Zeus's plan is for the rest of the arc, if Big Mom's gonna take him back or not, but we'll see. But Prometheus asks a favor of Big Mom, and then the clouds start doing something wonky, as Kid and Killer are looking over the edge to see what's going on. But we fade away from that, so we don't get what's going on there. It's pretty ominous, though. Fading away from that, we fade into Kaido's situation once more as we see a knocked out Luffy. At least, temporarily knocked out. We knew Luffy wasn't gonna stay down. But it was one hell of an attack, so if he wasn't knocked out for at least 10 seconds, you know something's wrong. And you know, Kaido's being all cocky with it, like, look at Luffy, he's just knocked out, just like last time, but his eyes are still glaring at me. Which is a cool callback, because even Luffy's, like, unconscious aura, almost, is emanating strength and willpower. And then we get Zorro. We get Zorro stepping up. The dude is going crazy. Let me tell you, this guy says his next attack will be his last. And Law's in the background like, wait, dude, what are you doing? And Zorro says, if this doesn't work, my last attack, and I die, it'll be up to you, Law. Because Luffy's out, Luffy's not doing too well, Zorro will be gone, Kid and Killer are with Big Mom, and Law is just like, well done. Hold on, I saved you because I don't want you dead. We need to do this together, that was the point. We can't lose anyone. But no, Zorro pops up, his hockey aura emanating through Enma as it gets a close-up of the shot, which is really nice. And he shouts to Kaido, hey, that's my captain over there. You're gonna have to take my head before you take his head. Which is an amazing segue to Ashura. Fucking Ashura. Demonic 9-sword style slices into Kaido and scars him. He scars Kaido. If Kaido doesn't die at the end of this arc, Kaido will, for the rest of his life, however short it may be, will be walking around with not only one scar from the Kazuki Oden, but 2 scars from Roanoa Zorro. And he slices into Kaido. In case you missed it, it has been exactly 500 chapters since we have seen Ashura. It's called Ashura Blades Drawn, Dead Man's Game. This version is called Dead Man's Game. I mean, it's insane. I think Law here speaks for the community as he's just... whoa! He has a front row seat to Zorro's Ashura attack. Unfortunately though, somehow, it doesn't even knock Kaido down, which I think that's not saying that Zorro's not strong. That's just saying how fucking strong Kaido is. In fact, Kaido recognizes Conqueror's Haki in Zorro. Now, most everyone knew this. I mean, it was just a matter of time until it was officially confirmed. You know, back in Sabaody when we met Rayleigh, I figured if Rayleigh has Conqueror's Haki and he's the right hand of the Pirate King, then Zorro, who is going to be the right hand of the Pirate King, spoiler alert, he needs to have Conqueror's too. Not to mention, the greatest swordsman probably has Conqueror's Haki right now. If Zorro's gonna take that place, he needs it. But I mean, just following Zorro's journey of being the greatest swordsman and like the will of this man, he has to have Conquerors, so it's not a surprise. But it's amazing that this is how it was revealed. That's how Oda keeps switching stuff up. You never know what's gonna happen. Conqueror's Haki is used in attacks, which I don't know about you guys, but I had no idea. Not only do you need advanced armament Haki, which debatable if Kaido and Zorro have, you need advanced Conqueror's Haki to imbue your attacks with your will itself that doesn't come from just armament, but also Conqueror's Haki, which is something that of course not a lot of people can do, because not a lot of people have Conqueror's Haki. So this is like endgame level attacks. Roger and Whitebeard used Conqueror's Haki, and that's why they weren't even touching. And Zorro here, of course, he's like, what are you talking about? I just used everything I had in that attack. But Kaido knows. Kaido doesn't misunderstand. He knows what Conqueror's Haki is. He fucking knows. So Zorro doesn't even know that he has it. So it's going to be an amazing journey to watch him grow and own that ability. Luffy can teach him, maybe. That'd be cool. Luffy is not really the teaching type, but if Zorro at least knows what he has now, maybe he'll be able to adapt and start using that at will. I don't know. Also, last point on Zorro having Conqueror's Haki thing, because we can go on for an hour about it. I think it's interesting that his Conqueror's Haki manifested in his attacks. The way I saw it, at least, was Zorro doesn't have the tendency to want to overcome someone just by will alone. His entire persona is very dependent on his attacks, on his skill, on his swordsmanship. So I think it's very interesting that Zorro didn't have a moment where he yelled out or wanted something to happen, and so he exuded Conqueror's Haki, because that's not really his character type. It's more, he lets his blades do the talking. So he put everything, his willpower, everything into his swords. And so that is why that was the first instance that we saw Conqueror's Haki with him. You can argue maybe stuff from post-time skip, pre-time skippy, oh, this was Conqueror's Haki, this was Conqueror's Haki. Maybe. It was definitely hints towards it, but it was never confirmed until now. So I'm just gonna go with this is the first time ever that Zorro has willingly or unwillingly used Conqueror's Haki. And it was through his swordsmanship, not his presence necessarily. Although it's also his presence. I'm sure he'll very well get to that point where he will be able to use it similar to Luffy. It's just two different versions of it, but they probably coincide. So then we continue on. Zorro's attack did not work as well as he was hoping, but that is no detriment to Zorro's strength because, oh my god. So Law swoops in and again tries to help Zorro because Kaido is still standing and he's probably about to attack Zorro, of course, in retribution. So Law runs up and Kaido's like, no, not again. I know you. I know you, what you do. And without hesitation, Kaido zips through them, going bam bam! A double shot with Thunder Bagua on both of them, which is a brutal panel. Several panels of that. At one point, Kaido was standing here, Zorro was here, and Law was running, and so Kaido went pop pop! Lightning, you can see the trail that he left from his haki alone. And they are both down, but not out. Zorro we don't see possibly conscious at the end of this chapter at all. So I don't know about him, but like a Thunder Bagua dropped a healthy Luffy. Thunder Bagua definitely dropped a half-dead Zorro. Hopefully he'll be alright. I'm sure he'll be alright. Zorro's not dying anytime soon. He still has his dreams. But Law, kudos to Law. Law is still conscious. That's a lot. That says a lot for Law because I never really considered him a tanky kind of guy. He's more tactical from a distance type of thing, but whew, I know he's tanked some stuff, but a Thunder Bagua? Man. Now Kaido again thinks he's the big shit because he's standing around with 3 unconscious supernova around. Zorro's dead, Law's knocked half dead, Luffy's dead, or so he thinks. As he says, man, if you pipsqueaks just joined me, we could have ruled the world. Which is probably true. But no, that's not what they're about. And so Luffy stands up epic moment, as Luffy has to have all the time because he's amazing. Luffy's like, we're not joining you. Now we have the samurai are our friends, we would never join an idiot like you, which is, I thought, really cute, because everyone's always like, idiot Captain Luffy, you know, oh my god, you're such an idiot, ruining plans. But Kaido's the real idiot, and Luffy knows it. Luffy's standing there and he's thinking back to everything that Hyogoro has taught him about advanced haki and letting it flow, but he knew that there was something missing. And there was just something that he wasn't getting, and even from the time he says to when Kaido hit him with the Thunder Bagua in the first place, something was different. It wasn't advanced armament haki, there was something else. And now Luffy, maybe he overheard the conversation with Kaido saying that Zorro is using Conqueror's haki on his attacks, and so Luffy was putting it together that you use Conqueror's haki in your attacks. And he makes the connection. A flip switches in his head. Like, he almost had advanced armament haki down. He could use it sometimes, but there was just something missing. And as soon as he made the connection that it was Conqueror's haki that he also tapped into, he got it like that. Which I think is such a testament to Luffy's talent in battle, basically. His ability to learn by watching. This takes me back all the way back to Eni's lobby, when he basically made Gear second by watching the CP9, because they would move really fast, and he said, like, you just take an extra step in between, that's all you do. And, you know, whatever logic that means, Luffy was able to recreate it and was able to do their techniques pretty quickly after just watching them. And of course, I mean, he had a lot more hours in the mirror realm, but also with Katakuri. He learned Future Sight by watching Katakuri and focusing in, and he had some training before, and then he's putting it to use in battle. It's almost like it's a pattern. So he clicks that it is Conqueror's haki. He understands it now. And Kaido's saying, oh, you think you're hot shit, you've escaped death for the last time. Thunder Bagua, or whatever he was gonna do. Luffy blocks it without touching. They are doing the infamous Roger and Whitebeard attack, but they are not touching. And Luffy zooms around. He attacks Kaido again and again and again and doesn't touch him. He's punching, and then here's Kaido's stomach going around his fucking fist. Then he doubles Kaido over and then goes for the uppercut. My god, the dude's crazy now. This switch in Luffy is devastating for his opponents. So much that at the end of this chapter, when he tells Zorro and Law to go back down, take care of Zorro, I've got this, I don't doubt the man for a second. He's got Kaido on his ass. And again, for like the third, fourth time this chapter, we see Law, just a little panel of Law, just like, what is happening? He's like the Odin of Whitebeard and Roger right now. Like, they're not even touching. How are you doing this? I mean, Kid would be saying the same thing, so this just emphasizes how far above Luffy is from the rest of his peers, from the rest of the generation. He is a Yonko now. I don't want to hear anyone saying, well, he's not quite there, I don't know. But right now, this is it. This is the most powerful technique he will probably get, minus his devil fruit. Just as a One Piece world building thing, this is the most powerful attack. This is probably what Shanks has. I can't wait for Shanks' arc. I thought we were gonna do advanced Conqueror's haki with Shanks on Elbaf or something. Nope, it's here. It's with Kaido. But no, he needs it. This is his first Emperor fight, so of course he's gonna need every trick in the book, and now he is going toe-to-toe with Kaido. They both have damage. Kaido arguably has more damage than Luffy, probably. I don't know, it depends on how you take it. I think he can do it, is the scary part, is just that little switch in his head was able to just open up this possibility. And I love that still, to this day, Luffy is a mastermind in battle. It's amazing. I'm giving him too much credit. No, I'm not. What's interesting is that both users have to use the advanced Conqueror's Haki technique for them to not touch. Because Kaido has been slamming into Luffy, into all the supernovas, you know, all willy-nilly, and his attacks have been making contact. So that's either because Kaido doesn't have advanced armament, which seems likely because he and Big Mom clashed and they weren't really able to necessarily... Did Big Mom and Kaido touch when they clashed? Hold on. So from what it's looking like, when Big Mom and Kaido clashed, they were touching. So either it's because they were kind of messing with each other because they ended up forming the alliance later on, maybe they weren't giving it all they got. But Whitebeard and Roger had the same kind of relationship where they didn't hate each other, they just loved sparring. So you would think that Big Mom and Kaido would have Conqueror's Haki. The attacks, at least. I mean, they both have the Conqueror's Haki, so maybe it does have to do with the advanced armament, in addition to Conqueror's Haki. Because I don't think Big Mom and Kaido have that. I don't know, it's interesting. Maybe you can say that Big Mom and Kaido don't have advanced armament, and then Whitebeard and Roger did. I mean, Roger for sure did. So why didn't Kaido and Big Mom have it? I don't know. That's a discussion for another time, maybe. But yeah, so he asks Law and Zorro to go back down and tell everyone that he's got it. And as epic as that moment is, I'm kind of disappointed that Law might be leaving too. Because it was even more of a teaser, because we had 2 really awesome Law moments in this chapter, and then we're saying, so long, buddy!
So long, partner.
We got a new ability from him, and although it's not that big of a deal, it's still a big deal. It's a new ability. We haven't seen it yet. We had an entire arc with Law, and we haven't seen a new ability. So I figured he was like working some stuff up in WANO, and there was one of it, but like, I'm sure he has other stuff. Does he have other stuff? I don't know. I'm just thinking way too much into it, but if I had my way, I would want Law to take Zorro somewhere safe, maybe with Marco. Maybe Sanji will be there with Marco, and then Marco can help heal Zorro and take care of him, just make sure he doesn't die. Or maybe Law does that. Maybe Law takes care of Zorro too. I mean, he's a surgeon, obviously. They have the 3 best doctors in this arc. Chopper, Marco, and Law. Zorro will be fine. It's just a matter of Marco can get him up probably quicker than Law can. But after Zorro's taken care of, and Zorro's off to do whatever he's gonna do, whatever that may be, I kinda hope Law goes back to the rooftop to help Luffy, because Kid is fighting with Killer. I think it would just be so poetic that they started their alliance defeating Doflamingo with their grander target to be Kaido, and now they're fighting Law and Luffy versus Kaido, you know? I just think it would be cool. But that's also just because I want Law in the manga more. Let's be honest. Kaido was just acknowledging Law's ability to throw him off and stuff, so I feel like it would be pretty fitting for him to continue fighting alongside Luffy, because although I feel like Luffy can definitely handle it, I feel like Law could definitely make it easier, and type of thing. Hell, maybe the 3 of them will be Yonkos. Maybe it'll be again like there's 5 emperors, Luffy's already an emperor, so then Law and Kid take Big Mom and Kaido's. Why have I never thought about that before? They might be all 3 emperors, the Gonko, with Blackbeard and Shanks. That's just what I would like for Law, so that he doesn't, because I don't really see a place for him down below. I think maybe if he brings Zorro to Marco, Law can take up fighting King and Queen. I don't know. It just doesn't feel as satisfying, you know? And I know a lot of people might have problems with that, because they might say, like, oh, they want Luffy to fight. Luffy said he's got this. Law, stay away. But, I don't know. I know everyone wants to see Luffy versus Kaido. I want to see Luffy versus Kaido. I just think it happened so soon. Like, we did get a lot of rooftop chapters, for sure. But I feel like it was just too soon for Luffy one-on-one. I mean, right now, I think this chapter ended, especially with the break next week. I don't think we're gonna get rooftop chapters for a while. I think we might see at the beginning Law and Zorro, and then they teleport down, and then we might see where they end up, and then see other fights. There's so many fights to get through. So this Luffy and Kaido fight is going to be going on in the background, kind of like the Katakuri fight, probably. So I don't know. I don't know how much or how soon we'll see Luffy and Kaido again. Hell, maybe we'll just get another rooftop chapter. That'd be fine with me. I am fine being wrong here. This is no complaints. But I think I've rambled on long enough. This was just one fucking hell of a chapter, man. So I couldn't stop talking. If I had more time on my hands, I'd make extra videos about all these stuff so I can go in depth. Maybe I will. There's a break next week, but I just don't have time for it, so I gotta ramble on in my review. But if you've watched up until this point, congrats, and thank you so much for watching. Again, if you missed my reaction, feel free to check that out. I also do other stuff. I'm watching Attack on Titan right now, so if you're interested in that. Hardcore Levi stan here, because how can you not be? Also, follow me on Twitch and Twitter for more anime, gaming, One Piece, Attack on Titan content. This chapter was insane, so please let me know what you guys are thinking, because it looks like, you know, the community's just going crazy. Zorro is insane. He is going to be so fucking strong once he gets this conqueror thing going. And then Luffy has fucking unlocked the 9th gate. I don't know Naruto. Why am I trying to reference this? He's going crazy. And Luffy, I'm almost excited to get out of Wano because there's no one except the Yonko who can face him now. He's there. He has officially gone up there. I mean, the Marine Admirals, whatever. But he's officially there. This is endgame Luffy. We haven't even seen this Rubber Boy's awakening. And he's already on such a high tier. Such a high tier. Oh my god. I can go on forever. But thank you again for watching. And let me know in the comments what you thought about the chapter, like I said. And again, and as always, have a great day, follow your dreams, and check me next time. Bye!